Hey, welcome to another episode of GeekOutdoors.com. So this year, in 2022, I've actually spent more than $6,000 on my YouTube channels. And this is by far the most I've ever put into YouTube. And today, I'm going to be going over the reasons why I did this, and also some practical reasons why most YouTube content creators end up putting more money in their YouTube channel. And this isn't going to be a video where I talk about how you can make millions of dollars on YouTube in just a few months, or why you need to spend $5,000 to $10,000 on camera equipment so you could be a better creator. I'm going to give you real, simple, practical advice from somebody who's been doing this for more than 5 years and who've created more than 1,000 plus videos. So let's go ahead and start off with where I spent my money. And so the first and most expensive thing that I actually got this year was this right here. This is my Sony a7 IV full frame camera. And I also got a lens as well. This is the Sony FE 50mm f1.8 prime lens. And this was an upgrade from my Panasonic G85 camera, which I've been using for years. And this isn't something that I actually did immediately. This took me years and years of actually thinking, planning, and obviously saving the money so that I could make this upgrade. So that was the first and biggest purchase. And then there's been many other equipment that I've gotten as well. I've gotten a home projector right here. I have gotten a new microphone as well. I also have some other items back here. And so my equipment cost was probably the biggest part of my overall expenses this year. And in this case, this is where I think a lot of people think about whenever they think about putting money into your YouTube channel. Because at the end of the day, equipment does matter. However, it is not necessary for you to spend this kind of money whenever you're starting out. I think for the vast majority of people out there, just use your smartphone and upgrade over time. And I think for people who just start off right away buying a lot of expensive equipment, it really doesn't help them, because without the necessary skills and experience, you just have a really expensive toy at the end of the day that you really don't know how to use. And so for most people, I still recommend use your smartphone and then upgrade over time as your skills and experience get better, and as you actually have the money to afford this equipment. And then the other place where a large majority of my money went into was training, specifically new training and skills for YouTube and digital marketing. And so those are the two core things that I actually know and I actually focus on. And over the years, this has helped me out in so many different ways. And I'll talk about that a little bit later. And this is another component that I think you might not hear about. I think for most people, when they hear about putting money into their YouTube channel, they're primarily focusing on equipment, whereas the whole education part, leveling up your skills and experience, in my opinion, is more important. And I'll explain to you why that is. For serious YouTubers, check out TubeBuddy, the premier tool used at GeekOutdoors.com. Get more done today by checking out the affiliate link in the description area below. And now let's talk about why you would put this much money into your YouTube channel. So the first and most obvious reason is quality. So whenever you get better, you're naturally going to want to actually improve your overall quality. So if I look at my original video years ago, it was shot on a Sony CyberShot camera. And then I eventually moved over to my smartphones, and for many years my phone was my main video camera, photo camera, and production studio all in one, until I actually got my first proper camera with the Panasonic G85, and now I have my Sony a7 IV and many other equipment that surrounds it. So this really makes sense, because if you're somebody who's going to be a creator for the long term, eventually you're always wanting to improve, and one of the most immediate ways that you could see that improvement is through the equipment and the overall production quality that you provide to your viewers. And now let's talk about the real big reason why people put more money into their YouTube channel. And that's basically to make more money. Because for most people who actually have a YouTube channel that's starting to make money, and especially if they've actually gotten one that is successful, they're obviously going to make more money. And by putting more money into your YouTube channel, well, for the most part, you are going to make more money. Because at the end of the day, YouTube, like many other things on the internet, is an opportunity. And in this case, it could be a more entrepreneurial opportunity. And so what I'm talking about here is not basically becoming a millionaire overnight. What I'm talking about here is looking at YouTube as an investment. And as with many investments, if you put more into it, specifically your time and your money, you're going to get more out of it. And that's one of the big reasons why I'm continually improving, because I really see YouTube as probably one of the best opportunities out there, not only from a monetary standpoint, but also from a creative and personal standpoint as well, if you're willing to invest the money and the time that's required to actually get a return on investment. Which leads me to training and skills. So as I mentioned a little bit earlier, I feel this is the most valuable part of your investment in your YouTube channel. And as a matter of fact, I just recently purchased a YouTube business course that cost me over $1,000. But what's most important here is not the amount that you spend on your course, it's actually what you're learning from it. And at least in my opinion, YouTube is the best place to learn. There's so much free, valuable content out there. And if you find something that could actually help you level up in a different way, then go ahead and invest in those as well. But all of these investments that I'm making is not simply just for YouTube. Because what you find out is, as you're doing YouTube, you learn other skills. You learn marketing skills, sales skills, building a brand, building a business. You learn people skills. And all of these things are important not only to your YouTube channel, but also your entire entrepreneurial journey as well. And you can apply this out in the real world, which is how I found digital marketing. And with all of these skills and experiences that I've learned, it's allowed me from a monetary standpoint to make really good income for the long term. And I've earned more than $100,000 and growing because of these continuing education and skills that I'm actually spending my precious time and money into. And so those are some of my experiences and thoughts with spending more than $6,000 on my YouTube channel. And more than that, I wanted to show you the potential opportunity that YouTube provides, not only from a financial standpoint, but more importantly from a creative and personal standpoint, because that's what makes being a content creator so special. Not only are you putting something in your life, but you're also able to put something in other people's lives around the world. So if you actually had any thoughts on this, be sure to leave in the comments area below. And if you did want to see more of my YouTube tutorials, tips, and my own journey here on YouTube, I'll leave that in the description area as well. So as always, if you did get value out of these videos, be sure to share, like, and subscribe. And if you're a creative geek like me, and you want to get exclusive access to more content that I don't put out here publicly on my YouTube channel, then join my Gold Content Creators group, where you're going to get content like this and more for all the creative geeks out there. And the best part is, all of this is free. Simply head over to the link below, check out my page, and sign up for my Gold Content Creators group.